good morning. Thanks so much for coming on with us.
Good morning. It's nice to be here. Thank you very much.
We'll get you right up on that mic.
Yeah, Todd's got a fantastic voice.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was going to be here. I spilled coffee. So in the break room back there, there's a mess of coffee. So
one more thing I got to go clean up is what you're saying.
yeah, that could be true.
Okay.
All right, so we have to transition into something serious because motorcycle safety, it is being honored in the state of Indiana in the month of May 1st, and there's nobody better to talk to than Todd.
Todd knows so much. So Governor Pence has proclaimed May as Motorcycle Safety and Awareness Month. Have the number of accidents started coming down? Because it used to be such a problem.
Yes, it has. When we look back at just the last 10 years, our friends at the Indiana Criminal Justice Institute are putting the numbers together. A good friend of mine, John Bodecker, puts this all together. There are approximately 218,000 motorcycles registered in the state of Indiana. Last year, the actual number of fatalities declined. There were only 117 fatalities.
Wow.
Now, including in those numbers, you've got to remember, is also all of the scooters, which up until this year were never really counted as motorcycles, but they included them in the statistics for motorcycle accidents.
That's really fantastic that the numbers are still coming down even with the expanded definition.
You know, we look back in, let's just go back to 1990. In 1990, there were approximately 8.5 fatalities for every 10,000 registered motorcycles. Last year, there were only 5.4 fatalities.
Wow.
So it is coming down, and it's primarily, the laws haven't changed that much. It's primarily because of motorcycle training.
Again, I was going to say, this is something that A.B.A.T.E does. They hold some fantastic classes, and I really think that the education has probably gone a really long way. Talk a little bit about some of the classes you guys offer.
The class we offer here in our area, we have two different classes. One's called the BRC Basic Riders Course. It's a 2.5-day course. If you already have your endorsement, you can take what we used to call the Experienced Riders Course. It's now called BRC2. That's just about a 6.5-hour course we usually run on Sunday. If you take our course and you don't have your endorsement, after you complete the course, pass both the written and the skills test, you can get your endorsement. We give you a slip of paper, you take that to the BMV, and they will give you your endorsement.
And you also want to take that to your insurance agency because you get a nice little discount on your coverage for your motorcycle.
Absolutely. One of the most telling statistics is that, again, Indiana Criminal Justice folks put this together. 92% of all motorcyclists who are involved in an accident have not had formal training.
Oof.
So get trained. Do it the right way.
That seems to make sense. I mean, you have to go through training in order to drive a four-wheeled vehicle. It would make sense to me. I would certainly want to do this. If I'm going to get on a bike, I'm going to want to know what I'm doing and not just say, okay, I'm going to get on a bike. It doesn't make any sense to me to not get the training.
Our classes teach technique. We teach you the proper technique for starting the motorcycle, using the clutch. Clutch control is so important in learning to ride a motorcycle. We teach you the proper steps to turn. People say, well, you just turn the handlebars. It's not really that simple. It's a 4-step process.
It's not like riding a bicycle. It's actually quite a bit different.
Well, it's like riding a bicycle on steroids because you're only doing 12 to 15 miles an hour maybe on a bicycle. A motorcycle, you're running 35, 40 miles an hour. So everything happens 5 times as fast. So you've got to learn those things. I've seen some horrible accidents, and that's how I got involved in this. I wanted to stop those injuries. I wanted to see people ride safely. How many people have we touched? Well, since the program was initiated in '87, we've trained about 125,000 bikers.
Man.
But that's a really small percentage when you look at the total number of registrations. We probably have touched maybe 40% of the bikers. So there's still a lot of people out there who are not trained. There's still a lot of people out there who aren't riding legally. They don't have an endorsement. They're just out riding. When the local gendarmes pull them over, and it's going to see your driver's license. Oh, you don't have an endorsement. Worst thing a biker wants to see is his bike hanging from the hook on a tow truck. Because that's what's going to happen. And that's a shame.
You've been doing this 7 years now?
Yes.
Okay. And if I wanted to get involved into a training course, if I wanted to try to schedule one, they're really full right now, but what is the best way to get a hold
The
of it?
easiest way is to go online, ABATEofIndiana.org, it's all one word, and click on education, and it'll give you the schedules, BRC schedules throughout the state of Indiana. We have openings starting in August, and they'll start to fill up pretty quickly. But it's a Friday night, all day Saturday, and usually a half a day Sunday class. It costs $75. You pay the state. We just run the classes here. Sometimes we do have openings in the class, so you can do what we call a walk-on. And what we'd encourage you to do is to be at our site on Friday night between 4 and 4:30, so you can sign up as a walk-on.
I know we've got just a little bit of time left. Todd, you have the help of some area businesses to be able to run the course. Is there anybody that you want to take some time to thank that might be listening that helps give you the course? There's people with bikes, there's vendors. Who are some people that help put this together for you?
Phil, we couldn't do it without all of the vendors that help us. A few of them, the folks who own the parking lot that we use, Joe and Brock Pierce, they let us use that. City of Richmond lets us use a part of their property to do this on. We have sponsors, Kelly Suzuki. We have CK Cycles who help us out. I'm drawing a blank now. I have about 5 different groups that help us. Sportsman's Lounge on Northwest 5th because they provide us lunches on the weekends when we have classes. We usually have all of the local bike shops who get involved. Ike's Bikes. The Harley Davidson Center has been a great supporter of us over the years. So yeah,
all right.
Really
Last thing, motorcycles are everywhere. We're going to have Lieutenant Donnie Benedict, also Sheriff Kappa, coming on talking about motorcycle safety. And before Todd goes, I think we should ask him question of the day.
Oh, our question of the day today, Todd.
Uh-oh.
You have to choose one.
Okay.
A $5,000 shopping spree to the store of your choice, or a paid 2-week vacation.
Could be a Harley Davidson store.
Could be.
5,000.
Yeah, 5,000.
See? I told you. There's a good reason. Todd Dooley with A.B.A.T.E of Indiana, Inc. Thank you so much for coming on this morning, and hopefully everybody will be more aware for motorcycles, and we'll go ahead and get a link to the website on our Facebook page too, so people can start signing up.
Thank you.
Awesome. Sorry, good Lord. I'm telling you, I just took the cup and I'm putting a half and half in it and it just goes whoop, whoop, and I'm like, oh!
And I'm like, 30 seconds, where are you?
Yeah, no, I didn't even hear the 30-second part. Then